Hey everybody, Brian Hunt here and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tutorial. On this week's video, we're going to be showing you HitFilms editing software. Okay, so last couple videos I've been telling you and teasing that I'm going to be showing you some free online software that you can get that can work on a Mac and a PC, and it can work very well to help you edit some videos. And I've been doing a lot of research trying to find a software like this, as we use Adobe Premiere. It's a professional editing software which is in the Adobe Creative Cloud suite, but that can become quite costly for some people if they're not needing to edit video all the time. It's kind of a little bit too much, more than they really need. Kind of like Canva can help with not needing to have to buy Photoshop or really knowing how to use Photoshop. HitFilms can really help you with editing some simple videos that you can use for some social media marketing. And if you're working with us on a partnership video, what we're doing more and more often is we are delivering the raw footage, a Dropbox folder or hard drive to you with all the raw video footage that we've captured. So if we worked on a 60-second video for you in a partnership video, we will likely have way more footage than that's just been used in that 60-second video, and stuff that can be reused and utilized in a lot of different places like social media. Video works well, extremely well on social media, like we've talked about in the past. So how do you add a logo to something? How do you put some text on something simply? How do you trim down a clip for an in and out point and export that to use that for Instagram, say? So we're gonna show you really basically how to use HitFilms here. And we're not gonna go too in depth with it. In the link in the description below, we're going to have a link to HitFilms where you can download it. And also there is a ton of YouTube tutorials that go more in depth than that. If you really want me to go into some more tutorials on this, on some more Tuesday tutorials talking specifically about HitFilms and editing, then please let us know in the comments and we can create some more videos that way for you. But as I say, there's a great library of stuff online that's going to teach you different ways of using this editing software. So I'm just going to show you the basics of it. We're on the computer right now. We're over at fxhome.com. If you go over here, this is where you can, you just have to say you want to get a free copy. It's going to give up a thing. It's going to ask you to create an account with them. You do not have to spend any money here. You do not have to buy a pro version of this. There is a working free version, okay? So then you can download that for PC or for Mac. Okay, so once you have that downloaded and installed onto your computer, it's as easy as starting the software. Okay, so the software just loads up. You can see all these things that are on the home page here. You can already watch all these tutorials. You can see a user guide here. Use all these different other toolbits. There's things that you can buy to add on to things. That's how this company really makes their money. But for doing some straight editing, adding titles, putting your logo in, it works for the free version, no problem. So we're gonna go in there. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna go to the tab up here that says project. So actually, sorry, we have to go to new first. So we click on new, and it's gonna say our project settings. So it's gonna say 1080p, full HD, 25 frames per second. We're either going to do 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second. 25 frames per second is more when you are in, that's for PAL, and that's in Europe. Most of you watching this are likely going to be, if you're at the RTO7 and the Bruce Gray Simcoe, you are in 24 frames per second or 30. But it doesn't, for online video, you don't have to get too hung up on this stuff because it's all going to play back and work on people's devices and on their computers, whether it's 25 frames per second, 24 frames per second, or 30 frames per second, okay? So you don't have to get too worried about the technical that way. We can pick something here for Instagram, and actually this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick Instagram, and I'm gonna pick 24 frames per second. So it's gonna change our aspect ratio here from 640 pixels to 640 pixels. So a square box, something that works well for Instagram. And then if you went to full HD, what that would be is a widescreen version, something like the way you would view stuff on your TV. If you had your phone flipped that way, that would be the widescreen version. And again, just for this example, we're gonna start with 24 frames per second Instagram, and we're gonna say start editing. Okay, so this brings up a timeline. It brings up a timeline for us, and it brings up, it also brings up a box down here where we can see this is our timeline, where our sequence editor, where we can put footage down. This is our window to see what we put down here. And simply over here is for our media. This is where we can import our media. So if you have that files, if you've had a place where you've organized all your footage, like we've talked about in past videos, or your photos, finding that in your hard drives or on your local drive on your computer, bringing that in. Okay, so I'm going to hit on import here. I'm going to go over into, I have a folder that I've named demo for this demonstration of what we're doing here, and I've made a folder in there that's called footage, which has the footage I want to import. So if I click on all these clips here, these QuickTime files, and you'll see that they will load up here. You can go through them all here. And this is actually surfing footage from this fall, past fall, at on Georgian Bay, over by Georgian Peaks Ski Resort, at Delphi. There's some great surfing spot there for some freshwater surfing. And I have a few clips here of people getting up on the surfboard. And then I also have a couple of drone shots of the surfing there as well. Okay, so what we're going to do here is a very simple edit to show you how we can simply use this software. Okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to start with one of these drone shots. I'm going to have this as a beginning shot, and so it's going to start here, somebody getting up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either do an in point, so you can mark an in point. The easiest way to do that, and this works on all editing software, is the I on your keyboard for in. Mark that as your in point. Move over to where you want to finish the clip. I want to finish this a bit before he comes off his surfboard here. I'm going to scrub back here, and I'm going to hit an O for out. And you can see that part's just highlighted there. Now, if I drag this down here onto the timeline, it's going to allow me to drop it on here. Now it's going to say your editing sequence differs from the clips you've added. So this is when stuff gets a little bit complicated if you don't know video editing that well. But basically what it's saying is your clips are different size, dimension-wise, than what our editing sequence is. So remember we talked about we were making a sequence for Instagram. So obviously I didn't shoot a square size, so it's going to be different from fitting in that. But we're going to say, do we want our sequence to match what our clips is? I'm going to say no, okay? And it's going to fit in there. And now, let's fit that clip in here, and you can see how it fit in. And if I wanted to move this clip around in here a little bit, because it is actually sized differently, I can. So you can get to the edges here if I pulled it all the way over. But what we're going to do here, and so I'm going to move this over, and so then we can play back here on the timeline. Let's see, there's somebody getting up on the surfboard quickly. Okay, now I also want to trim this on the timeline itself. I want to make this clip a little bit shorter. I'm going to click here on the edge with my mouse. I'm going to drag this over, and I basically just trimmed that clip down a little bit. I chopped off a bit of the end by dragging it closer together. Now I'm going to put another clip in there. Let's take a look here and see something else. This is kind of a nice clip here. Getting a few turns in there. And I shot this all in slow motion, so has a nice kind of cool look to it. Some great turns there on there. It's amazing watching this surfing on the Great Lakes. You know, you shoot with a long lens like this. If you don't tell somebody this was a Great Lake, this is fresh water, they really don't believe you. I think this is something we're from the oceans, the way that we can get waves like this in Bruce Gray Simcoe. Okay, so I'm going to drag that down. Now let's see how long that clip is. It's quite a bit longer, you know, so it's about 30 seconds or so. And it's playing back a little bit lower resolution. It's doing that so our system can play it back at full, so you see all the frames, but it's bringing down the resolution. It's going to look much better than that when we export it. So okay, now we've done this. We've made a clip. I've made it, basically it is 16 seconds and 19 frames, as you can see over. So now what I want to do is I want to add a logo on this. So say you are a tourism board, you are a business, you're somewhere in the area, and you want to mark this, you want to show that it's your footage, or you want to promote it so people are seeing that. You either want to put text on there, you want to be put a logo on there. I'm going to show you a simple way we can add a logo on there. So basically I'm going to go back to here. Go back to my demo folder where I saved my image. If you have an image saved as an AI file, as a PDF file, as a PNG file, I recommend something over a JPEG, because JPEG, if it has a background around it, if it's white or it's black, it's going to stay with that background. A PNG, an AI, a PDF, a PSD can have what is called an alpha channel, where you can see the logo is just there, and whatever's behind the logo you can see through. That's kind of a very untechnical way to say that's how an alpha channeled. All these square boxes around here can tell us that we can see through this image, okay, around the other sides of it. So I'm going to put my logo on top here. Make sure everything's butted against the beginning. So there we go. My logo is on there, and it's on for the duration, but it's quite big on here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab the corner here. I'm going to hit with my mouse. I'm going to hit Shift so it sizes it evenly. So if I didn't hit Shift, what would happen is if I size it, you can see you can do some funny things, make your logo not look the way you want it to look. So we're going to hit Shift, and then I'm going to move it over to the corner somewhere it's on the image. It's still there, but it's not taking too much space up. All right, now there we go. We have a video clip with our logo on it, and it's playing some great stuff. Again, a great way you can use this footage if we've given you a bunch of stuff from the partnership videos, if we give you access to all the footage that we shot, all the raw footage, or if you've captured stuff yourself and you have had a DSLR, or you've captured stuff off your mobile device, this is a great way you can do some simple editing with it, with this software. Then we're going to go over to the last step here. We're going to go to export. Okay, so just for simplicity, for this one to show you how to export, I'm going to choose the YouTube 1080p HD export. It's going to have black on the sides on each side of it because we have a square thing. But if you were to transfer that to your phone, to your camera roll, and then add that to Instagram, if you didn't change it to change the sizing on Instagram, it would make it a proper square anyways, and it would cut off the both black sides there, okay? If that makes sense, but we're just, for simplicity, we're gonna show you how to export. You can do some custom settings on your export. For this video, getting a little bit long, so we're gonna show you some simple ways to export with this. Okay, so now we have this file in here, we have the sizing, we have what we wanna export it as. And I'm going to hit the export tab here. It's going to say, do you want to do the in-outs or the full contents of that video we just created? We're going to say the full content. Okay, so this added it down into our queue here. And so then when it's in our queue, you can check where you want to export it to. And then you can also change the name here. So I'm going to say, call it Surfing G-Bay 2018. Okay, and then we're going to hit Start Exporting. Okay, it's going to give you a sample over here of what it's exporting. Okay, so then that's finished exporting. It's been pretty quick. And I can open that file up here. And as I said, you're going to have black on the right and the left of the frames because we picked 1080p to export it as. But when you bring that onto your phone and you brought it up to Instagram, it would chop that off if you just did the regular dimensions in Instagram. So this isn't ideal exactly how I would create this clip. I would spend a little bit more time on it, but I just wanted to show you guys the power of this software. It's a free software. It works very similar to Adobe Premiere. I've found very little faults in it. You might want a little bit faster computer. It can bog down some older computers, so you might have some issues that way, but otherwise it works very, very well. And it's a great way for you to use some tools, put your logos on, try some text, and see about creating some video content yourself. We know that working in the video world, sometimes there's some costs that are involved with creating videos that might be outside of your budget, or if you want to do some small short ads or try some different things, it's easier to experiment with some footage that you might already have or you've been taking yourself. So having a tool like this, having something like free editing software can be a great way to work with that. And again, we're going to have the links to the where to get this software in the description below, and we're also going to have links to some of the different tutorials that you can find on YouTube with these videos. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you on the next Tuesday tutorial.